Hello everyone, this is saying in English, when it rains, look for the rainbows. When it is dark, look for the stars. What I want to say here is, let us take good things from everything and leave behind the bad things or the characters. Let us continue the subtraction of 2's complement. In the last class, we have seen subtraction of numbers using 2's complement. That's also when we subtract a smaller number from a larger number. That means so far, subtraction using 1's complement and 2's complement we have seen. When we talk about subtraction of 1's complement, what the first thing that we need to do? The numbers will be given. The number may be in BCD, that means decimal, or in binary. If it is given in decimal, convert it into the binary, then go for the subtraction. The number from which you want to subtract is called as minuend, and the number which you want to subtract is called as subtrahend. Take binary form of both the number. If it is subtraction using 1's complement, first take 1's complement of the subtrahend and add it to the minuend. Remember, we are going to add it to the minuend, right? See, when we are subtracting using 1's complement, it may be subtraction of a smaller number from the larger number or the larger number from a smaller number. In both the cases, we have to take 1's complement of the subtrahend and we have to add it to the minuend. We will get the result. Now, we have to look for the end carry, end around carry. When we subtract a smaller number from the larger number, there will be end around carry in the result. Actually, taking 1's complement of the subtrahend, adding it to the minuend. There will be end around carry when we are subtracting a smaller number from a larger number. What we need to do is, we have to add 1 to the LSB of the result. Once we have added 1 to the result and get the sum, after that whatever end around carry is there, we have to just neglect that, because already we have added 1 to LSB. That will be the answer. But when we are subtracting a larger number from the smaller number, after adding 1's complement of the subtrahend to the minuend in binary form, there won't be any end around carry. So what we need to do here, we have to take 1's complement of the result. After that, we have seen subtraction using 2's complement. That's also when we are subtracting a smaller number from a larger number. Since it is subtraction using 2's complement, here we have to go for 2's complement. But whose 2's complement we have to take? Here also we will write the numbers in binary. Then minuend and subtrahend we have. Take 2's complement of the subtrahend, add it to the minuend. We will get the result. Look for the end around carry as we have done in the previous case. Here also we will have a end around carry. Just discard the end around carry. We have to neglect it, and that will be the answer. If you don't get the end around carry, when we subtract a smaller number from the larger number, if we don't get a end around carry, what happens? That means we have gone wrong somewhere. Otherwise, whenever we are subtracting a smaller number from the larger number, we will get end around carry, which we have to neglect, or we have to discard it, and the remaining part will give the answer. Now the last one, after completing this, once again we shall recall it. Subtracting larger number, subtracting a larger number from smaller number. How it will be different? Let us see that. Let us write 7 minus 11. Subtract 11 from 7. It may be given in words. Subtract 11 from 7. Be careful. Subtract 11 from 7. Don't write 11 minus 7. Subtract 11 from 7. That means 7 minus 11. So here in this case 7 is the minuend, and 11 is the subtrahend. As usual, convert them to binary. 1, 2, 4, 8. 7 is 4, 2 and 1. 11 is, we need 8, right? 8 plus 4 will be 12, so this won't be set. 8 plus 2 will be 10, 10 plus 1 will be 11, so this will be 0. Once again, we have discussed in the previous classes, but let us recall it. Whenever we are going for subtraction using 1's complement or 2's complement, first thing that we have to check is whether the number of bits in both the numbers are the same. If not, make them equal in size. Size in the sense number of bits. So here it is 1 1 1, there are 3 bits. Here 1 0 1 1, that means there are 4 bits. So we shall add a 0 to the left side. When we add 0 to the left side, the value doesn't change, that we know. So here once again we shall write minuend is 7, 7 is 0 1 1 1, and 11 subtrahend is 1 0 1 1, 1 0 1 1. Now what we have to do? It is subtraction using 2's complement. So which number is the subtrahend? This is the subtrahend. So take 2's complement of this subtrahend. Before taking 2's complement, what is the first step? 1's complement we have to take and add 1 to LSB of that, it becomes 2's complement, right? So 1's complement of the subtrahend, this is the subtrahend and this is the minuend. Now we shall take 1's complement, because directly 2's complement we can't take. 1's complement of subtrahend is what? Subtrahend is this one, so it will be 0 0 1 0. Now we have to take 2's complement. So first step is adding 1 to the LSB. So it becomes add. We shall write add here. Add 1. So 1 0 1 0. So 0 1 0 1 is, this is 2's complement. Complement of subtrahend. Now what is the next step? Next step is adding minuend to the 2's complement of the subtrahend. So what is the minuend? It is 0 1 1 1. What is this? This is a minuend. Add it up. 1 and 1 will be 0 with the carry 1. 1 0 1. So 1 and 1 will be 0 again with the carry 1. 1 carry will be 1 here, 1 1 1, that means 3 ones. So in case of 3 ones, when we add it up, what will happen in binary addition? 1 and 1 will be 0 with the carry 1, 1 1 and 1, 3 ones will give us 1 with the carry 1, right? When we subtracted a smaller number from the larger number, what we have seen is there was a carry, right? But here we have subtracted a larger number from a smaller number, and when we look for the end around carry, there is no end around carry in this, right? So in this case also we have to go for the next step. Let me write it over here. When you don't have the end around carry here, So the answer that we got, let me write it once again here, 1 1 0 0. This is the answer after adding 2's complement of the subtrahend to the minuend. That's when we are subtracting the larger number from the smaller number. Of course, there won't be end around carry. If you get the end around carry, that means we have gone wrong somewhere. So here there is no end around carry. What will be the next step? If there is no end around carry, then take 2's complement of the answer and place the negative sign in front of it. Okay, so now what we have to take? We have to take 2's complement of the answer, complement of 1100, that is the answer, and place negative sign, because when we are subtracting a larger number from the smaller number, it will be negative. We shall do that. Let me erase this. The value is 7 minus 11. 1100. Now take 1's complement. 1's complement of the answer will be 0, 0, 1 and 1. That is 1's complement of the answer. How we will take 2's complement? Add 1 to that. Add 1 to that. So now it will be 2's complement. 2's complement. 2's complement. So when we add 1 to that, what will be the answer? 1 and 1 will be 0 with carry 1. 1 and 1 will be 0 with carry 1. So here there is only 1 1. So 1 0. And we have to place a negative sign in front of this. So the answer is equal to minus 0 1 0 0. So this is say 1 2 4 8, isn't it? So the answer is minus 4. Is it right? The difference when we subtract 11 from 7, of course it is minus 4. So whatever we have done is right. Let us just recall, in case of subtracting a larger number from the smaller number, first write the numbers in binary, then take 2's complement of the subtrahend, add it to the minuend. We will get the result. The result will not have any end around carry. So whatever answer we got, take 2's complement of that particular answer and place a negative sign. That will give us the final answer. Let us work out one more example. Subtract 21 from 15. Subtract 21 from 15. So here it is 15 minus 21, isn't it? 15 minus 21. This is minuend, 15 is minuend, and 21 is the subtrahend. Again, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. 15 is, here it is 16, 1 less. So if it is 15, just remember, if the number that we want is 1 lesser than this, whatever bits we have next to this should be 1. See, for example, if you want 7, let us assume that till here we have. In order to have 7, this bit is not required, right? So 1 1 1 it will be, because 8 will be 1 0 0 0. All right. Similarly, it is 16. What we want is 15. So this particular bit is not required. 1 1 1 1. 8 plus 4 12 13 14 15. Then comes 21. 21 is what? 16 plus 4 will be 20, 20 plus 1 will be 21. So 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. According to the rule, number of bits in both the numbers should be equal. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about this? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let us make it equal. Important thing. Otherwise, if you don't write 0, we will go wrong somewhere. Now, let us write that. This is 0. 15 is 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. 21 is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. What is the next step? Take 2's complement of the subtrahend. So first step is 1's complement, 1's complement of subtrahend. 1's complement of the subtrahend. What is that? It will be 0, 1, this is the subtrahend, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Add 1 to that, this will be 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Add 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. Yeah. So this is 2's complement of subtrahend. Now what we should do? We have to add minuend to it. What is the minuend? It is 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1. 0, 1, 1, 1, 1 and 1. Add it up. 1 and 1 will be 0 with the carry 1. 1, 1, 1 will be 1 with the carry 1. 1 and 1 will be 0 with the carry 1. 1, 1, 1 will be 1 with the carry 1 and that 1. Let us cross verify it. 1 and 1 will be 0. 3 1s, so 1 and a carry 1. 1 and 1 will be 0 with the carry 1. 3 1s will be 1 with the carry 1, so that will be 1. Do we have end around carry? No, we don't have the end around carry. So what we should do? We have to take 2's complement of the answer and we have to place a negative sign in front of that. That's why this is the answer. Take 1's complement again. 1's complement of answer. It will be 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Now we have to go for 2's complement of the answer. So add once again 1 to that. That will be 1 and 1 will be 0 with carry 1. Again 1 and 1 will be 0 with carry 1. That 1, 1, 0, 0 and place a negative sign. Now let us see. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. That will be 6. Here we have to place a negative sign, isn't it? The answer will be minus 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. Is it right? Let us see. 15 minus 21, 5 and 1, that is 6. This is 15 minus 21 is equal to minus 6. Is it so? 4 plus 2 will be 6. Of course, this is equal to minus 6. Whatever answer we got is right. Try some examples. So be careful. We have 4 types of subtraction. Mainly we have 2 types of subtraction. Subtraction using 1's complement and subtraction using 2's complement. But the problem here is the number may be subtracting a smaller number from the larger number or subtracting a larger number from the smaller number. There the rule changes. Let us just recall, see, 1's complement, 1's complement, 1's complement, and the other one was 2's complement, 2's complement, 2's complement. In this case, when it was subtracting a smaller number from larger, subtract a smaller number from a larger number, that means positive value we will get. In case of 1's complement, what we should do is, whenever we have the subtrahend, we have to take 1's complement of the subtrahend and add it to the minuend, isn't it? In this case, we have to take 2's complement of the subtrahend and add it to the minuend. In this case, we will get end around carry. So what we need to do, we have to add 1 to the LSB, and that will be the answer. Here also we will get end around carry, but we have to discard it. In both the cases, whenever we are subtracting a smaller number from the larger number, we will get end around carry. Remember that, we have to get the end around carry. In the first case, that is 1's complement, we will add 1 to the LSB, and that will be the answer. In case of subtracting a smaller number from the larger number using 2's complement, there also we will get end around carry, but we will just discard the end around carry. Remaining bit will give us the answer. When it is subtracting larger number from a smaller number, what happens here? In case of 1's complement, after taking 1's complement of the subtrahend and adding it to the minuend, doesn't give us end around carry. There won't be end around carry. So what we will do, we will take 1's complement of the answer and place negative sign. 1's complement of the answer and place negative sign. In this case, in case of 2's complement, when we are subtracting a larger number from the smaller number, after taking 2's complement of the subtrahend, adding it to the minuend, gives us the answer which also doesn't have any end around carry. So what we need to do, we have to take 2's complement of the answer, that means answer we have to take 1's complement and add 1 to LSB, we will get 2's complement of the answer. Here also we need to place a negative sign, because both the cases we have to get negative sign. We are subtracting a larger number from the smaller number. Okay, that's about subtraction using 1's complement and 2's complement. Moving further, next what we have is, that is the last topic, that is computer codes. Computer codes. What's a computer code then? See, anything or any word, any symbol that we write has to be converted to a language of zeros and ones. Here also, whenever we are converting any character, it may be ABCD or 1 2 3 or any other symbol like plus, minus, etc. All the symbols has to be converted to a language of zeros and ones, and it has to be stored. So whenever we are doing that particular process, it has to be converted to a language of zeros and ones. And when we store these zeros and ones in the memory, in some format we have to store. There are different types of codes. They are, one is binary coded decimal, that is also called as BCD, binary coded decimal, or weighted decimal, weighted binary coded decimal, or it's also called as 8421 code with respect to its position. We are familiar with that. Or one more is access 3 code, which we will get by adding 3, that is 3 is 1 1, right? Adding 3 to binary coded decimal number or binary coded decimal. Next one is extended binary coded decimal interchange code, that is EBCDIC, and the last one will be American Standard Code for Information Interchange. That's also called as ASCII code. We have different types of codes, but for our study we have these 4 types. One is binary coded decimal. It's also called as weighted binary coded decimal or 8421 code. The other one is access 3 code. Access, we can write like this, access 3 code, or in words we can write access 3 code. Next one is extended binary coded decimal interchange code, which is also called as EBCDIC. For 1 mark they will ask this abbreviation. And one more is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Now let us see in brief what are they. See, this is just one example for BCD. If you want to represent A, B, C, D, E, initially when we speak about BCD, it had only 4 bits. 4 bits. So what happens when it is 4 bits? How many combinations we can have to represent a particular symbol? That is 2 to the power 4. 2 to the power 4 is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. With respect to 4 bit, it is possible to represent only 16 symbols, which is not enough to represent all the numbers, all the alphabets, because only 16 symbols we can't have. We have more than 16 symbols in our keyboard, isn't it? That's why later 2 more bits were added to that BCD code. So now it became 6 bits. 6 bits, when it is 6 bit, what happens? Multiply 2 more times, that is 32 into 2, 64. It is possible to represent 64 different symbols with the help of BCD. It's just one example. See here how it is. When we have 6 bits, out of 6, 4 bits are used to represent the digit, and 2 more bits are used, actually 6 bits, 4 bits are taken as digit and left 2 bits are taken as zone. For example, if we want to represent A, that will be 0 0 0 1, and the zone bit will be 0 1. One thing that you can note here, zone bit is 0 1 from A to I. How many combinations are there? 9, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Next, after I it comes J. To represent J, again same digit 0 0 0 0 1 will be used. With the change here, you can note here, it's for your information, from J to R. Now from A to I we have written. It's easy. 0 0 0 1, 0 0 1 0, 0 0 1 1, 0 1 0 0, 0 1 0 1. Binary numbers we have, right? In the same format we have written with respect to 4 bits, starting from 0 1, not from 0 0. Starting from 0 0 0 1, 0 0 0 1 for A, and zone is 0 1. Hope that's understood. We will keep the same zone bit 0 1 from A to I, and here it's binary numbers. right? Then after I, it's J. For J also, digit portion will be the same, but this zone bit will be 1 0. Okay, this is for J. This is for J. Then continue that. I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. Till R, the zone bit will be 1 0. You change this 0 1 to 1 0 everywhere, and write for J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. So I will just change if required. J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. For these alphabets, this particular zone from 0 1 changes to 1 0. Here it will be 1 0 for this combination. It will be 1 0. It 1 0 for these combinations. Then after that, it next will be P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Last position won't be there because 8 combinations. For that, a digit will be the same. But what about the zone bit? Zone bit will be 1 and 1. For this, it will be 1 and 1, and this remains the same. So by looking at or by changing the zone bit, we can represent different symbols or different alphabets in this particular case. After that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 0. Don't start from 0, start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's for numbers. This is for alphabets. So when we come across the numbers, it becomes, the zone becomes, here it is, see, different combinations with respect to 2 we can have 0 1, 1 0, 1 1, the remaining is 0 0. So when we come to 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 0, the zone portion becomes 0 0. This portion becomes 0, and this combination will be the same. For 1 it will be 0 0 0 1 with zone portion 0 0. That's about the number. Next one is XS3 code. When we talk about XS3 code, for example, in order to make us understand, I will write only the numbers 537, 537, 1, 2, 4, 8. Let us keep it simple. 5 is 1 and 4 and 1. So this will be 0, this will be 0. This will be 0, 1, 0, 1. 3 will be 2 and 1, so it will be 0, 0, 1 and 1. For 7 it will be 0, 1, 1, 1. Right? Or let me keep it simple. Instead of a 7, let me take some 2. Now it will be 0, 0, 1, 0. BCD we have. How to get XS3 code? To get XS3 code, we have to add 3. We have to add 3. 3 to all the corresponding digits. So here it will be 0, 0. 3 is how much? 1 and 1. 0, 0, 1 and 1. 0, 0, 1 and 1. This 1, 1 is 3. Add 3 to all the bits, all the digits. Whatever answer we are going to get, that answer will be XS3 code. Simple arithmetic. Don't carry that. Just add 3 to this. So whenever we are talking about XS3 code, if we have the BCD code, we can get XS3 code by adding 3 to the corresponding digits. So BCD we have seen, XS3 code we have seen. Next one is EBCDIC. When we talk about extended binary coded decimal interchange code or EBCDIC, Here what we need to know is we have 8 bits. 8 bits. When we have 8 bits, 2 to the power 8 combinations we can have. 2 to the power 8 combinations we can have. That is 256. 256 combinations we can have. So many symbols, 256 symbols we can represent, isn't it? So what is the difference here? In case of ABCDIC, I won't write, this is just for your reference and it won't be asked. Just to understand, we have written this. Now, how it will be different? In case of ABCDIC, digit portion will be the same, only difference will be zone portion. So 8 is divided into 4 zone, 4 bits for the zone and 4 bits for the digit. 4 bits for the zone and 4 bits for the digit. From A to I, just now we have seen from A to I, digit portion will be the same and it will be, zone portion will be 1 1 1 0. Here everywhere it will be the same, 1 1 1 0. It's not 0 1. From here to here it will be the same, that is 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 1 0, like that. Then it will be 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 0 0 0 1. It is easy because here it is 0 0 only, 1 1 0 0 everywhere, 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0. That is for A to, that is for A to I. Next comes J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q and R. How it will be different now? Now it will be 1 1, instead of 0 0 it will be 1 1 0 1. So for J to R it will be 1 1 0 1. Just change this one. For the next combination again 1 1 1 0. Change it, 1 1 1 0. And from 1 to 9, the last combination, whatever is left. That's all about ABCDIC. Next one, the last one will be ASCII, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Here we have 2 to the power 7 combinations. 2 to the power 7 is how much? 1 lesser than this. This is 256. So it's possible to have 128 symbols or combinations of zeros and ones for every symbol. That's all about computer codes. We have come to the end of the chapter data representation. Practice the conversions, subtract the numbers using 1's complement and 2's complement, and just remember some points about computer codes. How many bits are required to represent ABCDIC, how many codes are required or how many bits are required to represent ASCII and BCD and Access 3 code, etc. That's all about this chapter. Thank you.